How Starbucks operates like a bank while serving coffee. One of these gift cards is probably in your pocket if you've ever ordered from Starbucks. Starbucks says these cards have been loaded with $3 billion of value between October and December. Wow, that's a lot of money. So much money, in fact, that Starbucks Bucks would rank 385th in the country if it were a bank. It's money Starbucks gets to keep upfront as revenue without having to sell a single thing. If someone uses it, it becomes a liability. There are plenty of people who don't use gift cards in lots of gift card programs. What's the deal with Starbucks mobile app and gift cards? How does technology play a role in its evolution? This is the economics of Starbucks. Seattle's first Starbucks opened in 1971 in a small, unassuming cafe. 50 years later, that store is still open. However, Starbucks is a global coffee giant. The only company with a bigger market cap than Starbucks is McDonald's. In terms of the restaurant industry, they're a powerhouse. In its early years, Starbucks only expanded within Seattle. In 1987, Starbucks took root when its then marketing director, Howard Schultz, bought the company from its original owners. As Schultz grew Starbucks outside of the city, he introduced Americans to espresso, a little-known Italian drink. They were really founded on this coffeehouse culture that they make each beverage by hand according to order. With Starbucks' growth, things have gotten more complicated. Currently, Starbucks makes more than 170,000 drinks. These beverages can be very complex. It's good for Starbucks because these drinks take time to make and take many different ingredients, so they're more expensive. For workers, like baristas, it's hard. The company's early investment in espresso has evolved into many signature drinks, from the Frappuccino to pumpkin spice lattes. Obviously, they didn't expect it to take off the way it did, but clearly it's a worldwide phenomenon. In Starbucks' evolution, cold drinks have become much more important, whether it's an iced coffee or nitro iced coffee, or all these cold foams and cold brews. They've gone through periods where Frappuccino sales have softened, but they've come up with more cold drinks to keep people interested and ordering. Technology has played a big part in the company's dominance thanks to its Seattle roots. In 2009, they launched their mobile app, which was very early for an app like this, and they saw it as a digital flywheel. Mobile orders accounted for nearly a quarter of Starbucks transactions in 2021. The majority of those came from Starbucks gift cards, which were previously the only way to order. The Starbucks card is used for 44% of all Starbucks transactions today. Almost everyone uses a Starbucks card or the Starbucks app to buy stuff at Starbucks. Starbucks says it holds about $4 billion in cash customers upload to use later. It's more than many American banks have in deposits. There's also a lot of data Starbucks gets from that. Unlike other companies, Starbucks owns a lot of that data because they've created this whole ecosystem where people use the Starbucks app, mobile ordering, and they're hooked into Starbucks' proprietary system. Starbucks' business priorities have shifted as mobile payments grow. Before the pandemic, 80% of US Starbucks transactions were drive-thru or mobile. Drive-thrus have helped Starbucks spread all over the country, including the suburbs. Alternate pickup options are becoming increasingly important to the company. Especially during the pandemic, these stores kept Starbucks running, and people could queue up and go without having to go into a cafe. In its long history, Starbucks has said that it remains committed to a set of values. Even in its drive-thru, Starbucks tries to create a connection between its baristas and its customers. These customer connection scores are talked about on earnings calls. When you're ordering through a drive-thru or a mobile app, you're trying to get in and out, so they want everyone to have a good experience. Their stores are also designed with those values in mind. Everything in the store is choreographed right down to where the basket of waters is placed. All of this should feel the same. The company has always praised its internal culture, which is based on a strong management-employee relationship. Workers at its stores aren't called baristas or workers, they're called partners, and they're central to the company's philosophy. Part of that is that all of these partners get shares. It's called beanstalk. Some Starbucks locations might have a different relationship going forward after 2 or 3 Buffalo stores voted to unionize. Since then, Starbucks has put a lot of energy and resources into this issue, and executives have traveled to Buffalo extensively to meet with workers. According to the company, they want to keep these direct relationships and don't want the relationship to end. Starbucks says its success is built on partnering together, always keeping their mission and values at the core, according to the Wall Street Journal. We've been clear from the beginning that we're better together as partners than as unions. Those convictions haven't changed. They're the biggest coffee chain in the world. In a lot of ways, they're synonymous with coffee house culture when it comes to coffee sales, but they're under increasing pressure. How do you feel about Starbucks? Let us know what you think in the comments. Hope you liked this video. Until then, see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we continue to produce business and finance related videos that will undoubtedly increase your knowledge of the business world.